I got back into Townsville a couple days ago and it has just been raining non-stop. Of course I'm not complaining because we haven't had like any rain for the last 2 months. It's actually been so incredibly strange not seeing rain for so long. And because of that, everything is just bone dry.
I've stuck this pipe down to try and get the water as far away from the house as possible. So as you can see, it's coming down really hard and it's just pooling in one spot. This is the first good rain that I've had since I moved into this house, and I'm seeing tons of issues, which is great because I needed to get an idea of what they were before I moved forward. The first one is this French drain system that they had installed. You can see it here, it's filled up. It's run down from around that side of the house through and along and down to here. And this was one of my major issues of concern. That's the lowest point in the house, and I need to somehow get this water out that direction. So it's good to see how this is behaving. The other one is some of the gutters. The front gutter is completely messed up, and the way it's draining its water is completely messed up. It's just landing in one spot, and the old, I'm assuming it's aluminium or galvanized steel gutter is all broken, so it's pouring out the outside and actually landing on the top of this post and running down. You can see all the water coming in here. So the gutter on that pipe, instead of just running it along this French drain outside there, I've got to get that away from the house, because you can see this is no good. I don't want the water coming in here. Upstairs on the deck, there was another gutter just on the other side of this wall that ran down the side. That gutter got broken when the house was leveled, but I was never happy with the idea of that draining water anyway. So what I've done is the roof above this deck, I've run that runoff onto the deck, down the deck, and it comes down this pipe. So, and it's fine, it seems like it's handling the load. The only problem is that it's all running out there. So I'm probably going to stick with this idea, but it just means that this down pipe, I need to trench it and get it out to the center of the yard where it can, all the water can come out, because then it's further away from the house. And it's not just going to run back towards the house because of this slope where it's exiting at the moment. But all of that considered, geez, it's good to have proper rain again. And this is proper rain. So I'll keep an eye on it while it lasts and just make a note of all the points that need looking at. This guttering system is just completely clogged, so it's going to need a lot of work. But having said that, it's actually doing better than I thought it would. Now obviously with all the rain, it's beautiful outside, it's green, everything looks amazing. But directly following the rain, it's always incredibly humid. So this polyurethane that I'm working with to try and finish the hall table is just taking forever to dry. So I think this coat I want around 12 hours, and it's just starting to lose the tackiness. So this could take a while. But in the meantime, a box arrived today, and these are the lights for the shop. I originally saw these at Bunnings, and they were fantastic. I thought, just going by what they said. But there weren't enough of them, so I had to order them online from somewhere else. I found out that they were no longer being made, so I had to get them from somewhere else. Anyway, they are LED batten lights. They are 2,000 lumens each. I think these ones are 4,000 Kelvin. So I've got 10 of these, and these are going to be installed in the shop tomorrow. The electrician's coming around, wiring up a whole new circuit for the lights. We're going to have 2 battens on that side, which might potentially be the laundry and the office. I'm thinking of possibly putting an office down here. And then I'm going to have 8 in the workshop, 4 on that side, 4 on this side. So it's a one-piece extrusion housing. I think what that means is instead of having the housing and then the globe fits into that, it's one solid piece. And normally that wouldn't be a good thing, but because these are LEDs, they should hopefully last long enough. That's not too much of a concern. Each one of these ran 25 Australian dollars each. So bang for buck, not too bad. Obviously the CRI, the color rendering index, is an unknown on this. I'm not sure what they are. And that sort of tells you what the quality of the light will be. So it's about when the light hits an object, let's say this orange towel or this yellow tape measure, how accurate is that yellow from the light reflecting off it? So if you have a high CRI rating, then the color is accurately represented. So it's really light, and they're quite a low profile as well, which is nice because I'm going to be putting them on the underside of the beams. It's not going to be sitting inside those bays. That's basically how I'm going to be attaching them to the joists. So if I just switch this on, I've just hooked it up temporarily for now. That's what it's going to look like. And there's going to be 8 of these. Not as powerful as I was hoping, but I'm hoping that once I put 8 of them in, they'll all work together. What I might need to do is just get a couple more to add to the lot. But for now, that might just be it. I've got some very, very cool news to talk about. One of the things that I've been wanting to do with this career that I see a lot of other entrepreneurs do is they do a lot of public speaking, and that's like a good gig to pay the bills because you could make a bit of money doing that. This year I applied to host a panel at the Adelaide Maker Faire, and this is Maker Faire like what you see all around the world. So this is what all the top guys go to. And they accepted my pitch, which is so cool. So it's on the 5th of November, so that's a couple weeks away. There's going to be myself and 3 other YouTubers, Colum Black-Byron, Jordan Crawford from George Woodshop, and Andrew Jones. I'll put their links in the description down below. And we're going to talk about the way social media has changed the maker community that we see today. Now, it sounds like a bit of a stupid topic because obviously it's going to be all good, but I don't know if it is necessarily. I think there's unfortunately some negative things that go with it, so I think it'll be an interesting topic. And we're just going to be 4 blokes having a chat about this thing and talking a bit of shop, and I'm looking so forward to it. I've seen so many videos of all the top guys, Jimmy DeResta, Bob Claggett, Dave Picciuto, all of them having these talks at these type of maker fairs, and it looks like a lot of fun, and that's something that I really want to be able to do in the future. I like public speaking. I consider myself pretty okay at it. It's not something that I fear, and so I want to try and get into this more. So I'm hoping that this is going to be the start of something new for my career and a new direction. And I guess we'll see how it goes. But anyway, the reason for this announcement is just to say, if you are going, of course, come over and say hi. And if you were thinking about going, hopefully considering the panel that I'm putting on, it might change your mind, push you over that line. And if you aren't going to be able to go, what we're thinking about doing is putting on a live stream the day before. So sort of if you couldn't make it, you'll still get to talk to the guys the day before. So that'll probably be on a Saturday morning. So that'll be, I think it's Friday midday in the US. We haven't finalized all the details yet, but we are going to do something like that. So the idea is basically, if you can't make it to the Australian Maker Faire in Adelaide, we'll still put on a small show before that, so at least you can feel part of it. So I'm really excited about this. It feels like a big step for the YouTube maker community in Australia, and hopefully if it all goes well, this is the start of something big.